That is far from being a state of happiness, rather, it is a terrible catastrophe. Harry was filled with shock and dread upon discovering this revelation regarding Meghan Markle. Hello, with all the regal splendor, we warmly welcome you to the Princess Diana News channel. Now, let's get to the video. Many individuals are inquiring about the reason behind Harry's unhappiness despite having the exact life he claimed to desire. Allow me to provide my perspective on this matter. I firmly doubt that Harry desired this life in any way. Certainly, the prospect of leaving his privileged royal lifestyle was appealing to him, and by marrying Meghan, he found a willing partner in achieving that shared ambition. However, Meghan has consistently been the dominant force in their relationship, and Harry obediently follows her every command. It seems that initially, she withheld some information. However, her underlying intention was always to gain greater recognition and financial success for herself. She aspired to achieve worldwide renown and meticulously planned her own journey to fame. Initially, she desired to wed someone of significant fame, surpassing her own level of notability. She had a strong preference for Harry, convinced that he had boundless wealth at his disposal that he would spend on her without any hesitation. She thought that targeting Harry would make it effortless for her to become the universally beloved and renowned individual. The reappearance of Harry's deceased mother, Diana, in a remarkable recurrence. Harry shares an identical fragrance, a common passion for philanthropy, and a mutual affinity for Africa. So he believed. She believed that upon reaching her objective, she would be exempt from any further labor. Instead, she would receive constant attention and assistance. Her every desire fulfilled by obedient servants in attire. She believed she could assert her dominance over them, as their opinions were inconsequential in comparison to her self-centered perspective. Harry willingly participated in this malicious plan, despite my persistent lack of understanding regarding his motives. Now, there is a belief among certain individuals that his actions were driven by his intense feelings of love or desire for her, compelling him to go to great lengths to ensure her happiness. There are individuals, including myself, who perceive that a considerable amount of time has passed since Harry lost his concern for her, and he has harbored a desire to break free from her for an extended duration. Perhaps, it's possible that he didn't truly desire to proceed with the wedding, but circumstances might have compelled him to go ahead with it. I believe Harry is fully aware of the person he has become due to this marriage, and it is likely that he feels a certain level of shame deep down. However, he lacks the courage to acknowledge to everyone that, despite all the attention and misbehavior he displayed, his wife is completely different from the person he used to date. Currently, she has proven herself to be a malevolent succubus, actively draining his vitality at this very moment. I believe he regrets his actions towards his family, resorting to accusations of racism and cruelty as leverage in order to marry Meghan. He has always been accustomed to obtaining his desires. I can confidently say that he threw a tantrum resembling that of a young child, using foul language towards everyone present, even his own grandmother, as he insisted they comply with his demands. It is likely that Meghan informed Harry that unless her desires were met, she would end their relationship, resulting in Harry's loss of her. In other words, if she didn't assert her pregnancy, it would essentially require Harry to marry her. It can be inferred that the Queen likely imposed certain limitations on the wedding, such as advising Meghan against wearing white attire. However, due to Charles's agreement to cover the cost of the dress and Meghan's firm opinions, she realized that cream would not be a flattering choice for her, leading her to opt for wearing a white dress instead. Naturally, the Queen was both astonished and disapproving. Subsequent to the Oprah interview, Meghan opened up about her distressing experience of feeling suicidal and facing a lack of support from indifferent human resources. By the way, I'm curious if anyone has verified whether there has been any communication between Meghan and Buckingham Palace HR in any case. I firmly believe that whenever Harry mentions returning to the UK permanently, Meghan responds by expressing her intention to harm herself if he dares to leave her. Additionally, Harry lacks the ability to objectively analyze the circumstances surrounding his mother's death. He is confident in his understanding of the events surrounding his mother's death. Discussing the recent events surrounding the British royal family, including Prince Charles's divorce, has become a topic of interest. He is unable to come to terms with her death as she was a passenger in a car driven recklessly by an intoxicated driver, neglecting to secure her seatbelt. Meghan, that woman who is unwell, consistently takes advantage of that situation. She constantly emphasizes to him that his family never held affection for him, expressing that his father had a preference for a daughter and did not desire a son with red hair, and similar remarks. She completely obliterates Harry's self-esteem. Consequently, he lacks the ability to extricate himself from the undesirable situation he finds himself trapped in. However, let's return to the main issue at hand. Why is Harry unhappy with the life he desired? Clearly, Harry's desire was to lead a private existence. I am certain that his desire was to lead a private life away from public attention. According to his statement, he experienced a great sense of happiness during his time residing in Canada. He would have the opportunity to take strolls through the forest and along the edge of the water. In my perspective, Harry's ideal life would involve residing in the rural outskirts, owning a plot of land where he could live with a spouse similar to Catherine, and together, they could nurture a family while embracing the beauty of life's simpler pleasures. He could have pursued both his royal duties and actively contributed to the management of Invictus. However, during his free time, he had the opportunity to travel to Botswana and assist with his personal endeavor called Sentavali. Harry's unhappiness stems not only from the mentioned reasons but also from the neglect of his own desires and necessities in his relationship with Meghan. Her desires have continually taken precedence. Harry is currently in a state of seclusion. He lacks companionship with others. He does not have any relatives residing nearby. He finds himself in solitude, under the influence of a woman whom he has lost genuine affection for. However, it will be challenging to part ways with her. Currently, he is unable to perceive any potential solution to his predicament. I believe he desires for her to meet a more financially prosperous suitor who would relieve him of his responsibilities, allowing him to gracefully return to his loved ones. He aspired not to a life of royalty, but to the serene life he had always desired. Out of the public eye, yet enveloped by loved ones and companions. However, Harry's actions and his decision to distance himself from his friends may have consequences, as I am uncertain if they will continue to support him. By now, his family completely disassociates themselves from him, expressing deep repugnance towards his behavior. It will be exceedingly challenging, if not unattainable, for them to pardon him for the immense suffering and turmoil he inflicted upon the family. Therefore, his next destination holds little significance. At least for now, Harry's future appears to be filled with loneliness, I'm afraid. Harry had been blessed with an extraordinary situation for a significant period, yet he carelessly discarded it. And now, he is a regular individual just like everyone else. He lacks honesty. He has greatly affected his own family in a negative way. Furthermore, he is in a marital relationship with one of the most malicious individuals on earth. She demonstrates a selfish attitude and handles Harry in a demeaning manner, akin to a person governing a dog on a leash. However, he asserts that is exactly what he desired. Due to harboring resentment and being petulant, he chose to participate in Meghan's plots, as the royal family had continuously failed to fulfill his lifelong desires. He lacked the ability to genuinely appreciate and value others. In every family, there is always one individual who stands out from the rest, commonly referred to as the black sheep. He recklessly disregarded the consequences and blindly leaped into a pit, completely oblivious to its ominous destination, all in his relentless pursuit of causing harm to his own kin. He gives the impression of being someone who never fully grasps the concept of learning from experiences. I believe his entitlement has reached excessive levels, and unfortunately, I fear that his current state is irreversible. Harry seems to suffer from affluenza, also known as poor little rich boy syndrome. He has been constantly indulged and raised within the confined world of royalty. Therefore, his growth into an adult has not yet reached a stage of maturity. He possesses significantly challenging mental health conditions. It is evident. However, his true nature remained relatively concealed during his time in the royal circle. If he had been intentionally cruel and mean to her, Chelsea would not have been in a relationship with him for 7 years. Or, in fact, to any other person or object. I find it hard to believe that Cressida wasn't with him for the entire duration of their 2-year relationship. It is possible that Harry possessed these qualities all along, but they were skillfully concealed. However, I cannot help but doubt that their development would have been the same without the impact of someone as influential as Meghan Markle. Harry and his father's relationship was flourishing when he crossed paths with Meghan. He dedicated a significant amount of time to being in the company of William and his family, and considered Catherine as the sister he had always longed for. Despite the occurrences and conversations that have taken place, it was evident that his love for all of them remained unwavering. However, Meghan was well aware of what to say to him. She cunningly provided him with remarks such as, "Oh, I must say, you were never the most beloved. You were consistently assigned the smaller bedroom. William consistently received a greater quantity or amount compared to you." In order to rectify the perceived slights, she motivated Harry to seek vengeance against his own family. Immature Harry unquestioningly believed everything she told him, without hesitation. However, he remains oblivious to the harm he has caused as Meghan continues to shower him with praise and reassure him of his accomplishments. He had reasonable grounds for everything he said and everything he wrote. The dynamics within that relationship are abundantly unsettling. I think Meghan confesses to him that she is indeed the reincarnation of his deceased mother. He either genuinely believes her or convincingly acts as if he does. However, I believe that Harry is aware on a subconscious level that things aren't making sense, as the puzzle pieces just don't seem to fit together. I anticipate that with time, Harry will become more aware of the growing doubt in his mind and acknowledge the necessity of distancing himself from her. That's it for the video. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share with those interested. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for joining us, have a great day, and stay tuned for upcoming videos.